Zach Vickers went from being a successful model in Europe, working with the likes of Calvin Klein, to pursue his true passion as a boxing trainer in Bondi. Come along with me as I spend the day with Zach. Let's get busy. Let's go, Rush! We live in the era of social media where many of us are obsessed with celebrities consuming their content every single day. But how many times have you spoken to your neighbor this week? Have you had the chance to share a life experience with someone at your local cafe or grocery store? We cross paths daily with so many incredible people that don't have an outlet to share their story. I want to use this video as a gateway to introduce you to real people. People we can all relate to, because there's no such thing as an ordinary person. Getting ready to go shoot sunrise with Zach. Bondi Beach, I think it's about 5:45 a.m. Need a coffee, get down there. Gonna be a beautiful scene, so looking forward to it. Is Laura awake? Do Brazilians usually get up this early? Zach Vickers is a boxing trainer based in Sydney, who is originally from New Zealand. I first connected with Zach on Instagram, and I was really taken by his work ethic and his passion for his boxing craft. Zach made boxing not only his career, but a lifestyle.
I like your pants.
Oh, thank you. Feeling creative? When he was a little kid in New Zealand, he used to get picked on by bullies at school who would not only beat him up, but also his sister. One day, Zach came home from school after being beat up again, and his dad decided, look mate, this is enough. I'm gonna take you to train with your uncle so you can learn how to box and protect yourself.
Take two.
Now, Zach has to be one of the most handsome boxers I've seen. I'm sure you guys agree. He had a prominent international modeling career working for big names such as Calvin Klein. The model life wasn't as flashy as some would think. Zach would see numerous of his model colleagues struggle with highs and lows from the industry, and found that boxing could not only assist them with fitness, but also strengthen their minds.
Come on, last two.
Zach then juggled both modeling and boxing until he realized his love for travel and modeling soon was overtaken by his passion for teaching people the art of boxing.
Oh yeah.
After him, wait, I gotta eat your ass. Wait for you.
The relationship between Zach and his students has many dimensions and depth. They cultivate a mutual respect that flows both ways. There's a type of commitment to consistently learn from each other.
Boom, boom. You go. Boom. Left,
Wow,
right. I got
you're
this.
so talented.
She's next. Make sure we put dramatic music behind this, alright? Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, you got different hair today.
Champ's here. Cheers. That's where the real magic happens.
Alright, so Zach, tell me about your passion for motorbikes.
Probably much to my parents' dismay, I started riding in my teens. And then for me, it was always Harley Davidson. It was like this, again, nostalgia, that American muscle, the loud sound, the logo, which was like this eagle, which like was symbolic to like the king of the sky. And just everything that like flight symbolizes, which is like freedom and speed, agility, and this ferociousness, like everything that an eagle embodies. I know it's dangerous, and I always said I wouldn't ride, but it's very hard to give up. When you're on a motorbike and it's just, you know, your motorbike, you, open air, and you're driving along these beautiful coastlines, It's just such a sense of freedom. It's probably the closest thing you'll get to being able to actually physically fly.
That was cool.
Surrounded by the goat.
So I say you're a big fan of Mike Tyson here.
I mean, Mike Tyson, in terms of all time, he's probably one of the most ferocious fighters there's ever been. His talent was sensational. He had speed, he had power. So he had all the physical attributes, but he also had the mental side where he was literally formidable. Tear down anybody, run through anything. He also had a very similar upbringing in terms of being bullied. He was actually picked on, grew up in a rough neighborhood. Generally, as an athlete, not many people who come second to Tyson. So that would be why I've got Tyson hanging on the wall behind me.
At first, Zach thought boxing was an opportunity to get back at those kids that used to beat him up. But today, he understands that learning martial arts was actually a way to help him persevere through the hard times. Those lessons that Zach's uncle passed on to him as a kid, today, he passes those on to his students and to his son. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to press like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have an athlete or an hip hop artist you'd like me to do a feature on or an interview, drop a comment below and stay tuned. All right, so Zach, let's say if I came to you and wanted some tips to get into boxing, what's one of the first things that you would teach me?
Footwork. Footwork is always the number one, right? It's like any building. Without a strong foundation, I say it all the time, without a strong foundation, you can't have a skyscraper. Everybody wants a skyscraper, but they forget about the foundation. So the foundation for boxing would simply be your footwork. Everything in boxing is about balance, not just balance in the way we move, but balance in the way we shift and what shifts and what follows behind. So my back foot would go first, I'd shift back. My lead foot would copy the same. And now I end up on the same point that I started from. So you're teaching them these fundamental patterns, building strong foundations. The building's never going to fall over. You'll be able to have that skyscraper with the best view in the world. So we're still moving now, but now we've got the upper body engaged with that movement. Then we think about the chin. The chin's got to stay down. We're looking down. Chin is down. Hands are high. Good little thing I like to tell my clients as well. With the hands, if I was to do the thumbs up, tilt them back to face myself. If I got my thumb and tucked it up underneath my cheekbone, that would be about the height that we'd want to hold our hands. From there, we'd obviously close our fists over, and then we continue to shift. From there, then I'd probably start to add punches. So from here, we'd step back, we'd throw a jab, our lead hand, retract, all sorts of different technical cues we'd teach through the jab. We'd step, we'd throw the jab again, we'd step, throw the jab. So we're just starting with that jab. Again, brick by brick as we build that metaphorical foundation and trying to get to that skyscraper. Like, you don't need much for it to be functional, you know, like I've got like 7 feet worth of space here. I've got a mirror, I've got some weights, I've got myself, got ropes, got enough space out here to skip. But I mean, that's all you really need. Right. We tend to make it too fancy and overcomplicate and overthink things, but just the fundamentals, you can't go wrong with the fundamentals.